Today, something that's been on my mind after a conversation I had with somebody on Instagram this week who basically told me that every single year for the last 6 or 7 years, right, they try and get in shape for holiday. They try lose the belly fat, lose the body fat, tone up a little bit. So when they go on holiday, they can have their top off, they can feel good with their mates or their partner, and just feel confident, right? Something they've never really felt. And every single year, they leave it till, I don't know, 6 or 8 weeks before, and they repeat this cycle where they crash diet, they push really hard, lose 4 or 5 kilos, feel a little bit better, but never really get in that shape they want to be in. But the training's good. It's just like the diet is the main thing they really struggle with. And they go through this cycle, and then once they come back off holiday, they go back to square one. They never really get to where they want to be. They never really sustain it too. And this is the thing, right? This, like most people, this person thought, I need to try a different strategy. Maybe I need to eat slightly different foods. Maybe I need to be a bit more specific with the calories that I'm eating. Maybe I need to, I think he said he needs to change his training. Maybe he needs to do more like conditioning stuff on top of his weightlifting. And I said, strategy is important, right? And this is the thing to take away from this video. Strategy is important because if you put all the effort into the wrong place, obviously you're not going to get anywhere. So you have to make sure that's obviously ticked off. But most of the time, especially for this person, right, while most people, including yourself, may struggle with getting in shape and staying there, is actually an identity issue. And what I mean by that is you are still the exact same person every single year. You don't change, right? Fitness is like, sure, you're probably like going to the gym here and there consistently throughout the year, but like your diet, the standards you hold for yourself, it always stays the same because your view of yourself is exactly the same. You view yourself and as someone who is just like doing this diet. It's always this thing that you do, right? It's never a lifestyle. It's never it's a quick fix. It's never I'm doing this because I'm someone who eats healthy. I'm someone who tracks my calories. I'm somebody who gets in shape and stay in shape. So what I'm basically trying to say is if your identity is always going to stay the same, that means that your results will never go past the ceiling that you're stuck at, and you'll never be able to maintain it beyond that too. So if you're someone at the moment who's kind of stuck with this, instead of always thinking about what do I need to do differently and then hopping from one diet to another diet to doing loads of cardio to then trying to train and do more gym sessions and hit the weights more, this stuff's not going to work. You have to ultimately change who you are. And one of the easiest ways, like practical ways that you can do this, that helped a lot for me, right? Just to give an example, the thing that I struggled with the most it wasn't the training. I was always showing up to the gym. I was always pushing hard. I was always progressing. I loved that, right? The diet was also okay. But the thing that I struggled with was the weekends. I was always someone who'd go out on the weekends, get pissed, and that would hold me back because then I'd have to restart. I was always in this cycle of restarting every single Monday. And I never really got to where I wanted to be, and I never obviously sustained it because I never actually got there. So what I started doing was I was like, right, I'm serious about this. I actually want to get to this result. I actually want to take things to another level. And I want to change my lifestyle. And the best way to do that wasn't a case of strategy. It was, who is the person that I want to be? So I then started thinking about, right, what does the physique look like that I want to achieve? Like, what does it actually look like? Let me picture what that looks like to me and where I'd want to be. And for me, it was never about being jacked. It was just being lean, muscular, and looking athletic. That's always been the goal for me. So once I pictured that, I asked myself, with my lifestyle right now, would that person do what I'm doing right now? Would they get pissed on a Friday and Saturday and blow all the Monday to Friday work out the way? Would they always tell themselves to restart on a Monday? Would they get a takeaway every Sunday and a Ben & Jerry's after they've binged on the weekend with alcohol, right? They probably wouldn't do that. Would they skip the gym and tell themselves they're too busy because of a long day's work? They probably wouldn't do that either. I mean, I bet they wouldn't, right? Would they just wing it with their food and just like eat healthy and assume that's enough? They wouldn't. They'd have a specific strategy. So the thing that changed for me is like understanding that person, understanding who I want to get to, and just being really fucking honest with yourself, to be honest. Like for me, I had to be super honest and just say, right, I'm not going to get to where I want to be if I keep acting like this. So that is when I started making the change. That's when I started thinking, like, noting down the behaviors. What does this person do? This person holds a high standard in the gym, which means they always train hard, they always progress, and they never miss gym sessions. And if they do miss a gym session, they schedule it in, they get it done across the whole 7 days of every single week. This person, if he sets himself a step goal, he makes sure that he gets as close as he can to every single day. This person doesn't, I'm not saying this person doesn't go off track, because like sometimes it just happens, right? But when he does, he gets straight back on it. He doesn't give it till Monday and says he'll start again on Monday. He'll say, right, on my next meal, so if I mess up at lunch on a Saturday and I go out for a meal, I'm getting back on it at dinner. Like, I bounce back very, very quickly. And this sounds like really, really simple stuff, but it's almost just changing your view of yourself, changing your view of your fitness, and understanding that it's not a quick fix. It's not a thing that you're doing. It's a part of who you are. It's a part of your lifestyle. If you want it to be a part of your lifestyle, if you actually want to get into this shape and you actually want to stay there. And this may seem a little bit woo-woo, and you're either listening to this right now thinking, what the fuck's this going about? This is a load of shit, and then you'll probably just go and do the same stuff you've always been doing, and again, it's not been working. Or you'll take stock of this, you'll understand it, and if you're not fully bought into it, you'll understand, okay, maybe he does know what he's talking about. You'll go and apply it, and you'll see how it helps you. But the key thing to understand here is that it's not a quick fix. This isn't again, get in shape quick scheme. This isn't a shred in 6 weeks and get in shape of your life, because that's also not realistic. What this is you now committing to becoming a different person. And you have to accept that on that journey, it's going to be tough. It's going to be rough, right? You're going to go through, what I found personally, moments of like, that old person never really leaves you. Like, if I go out and have a drink, there's that voice in the back of my head is saying, just get pissed, or binge on some food, or when I'm having a really long day and I've been working all day and I'm like, right, I've got to go train now, and I might be sitting there for 10-15 minutes trying to psych myself up. There's that voice in the back of my head that used to always beat me and just say, you are just going to leave the gym today, don't worry about it. So expect that at some point, I wouldn't call it a slip up, you're going to revert back to your old ways, but that is part of growth, that's part of change. And it's just embracing the fact that it's never going to be perfect, you're never going to be perfect. But when you like fully commit to just becoming that different person, that's when things start to shift. Because trust me when I say, I have coached people and I've seen so many people that get in shape and then they go back to their old ways. Or these people right now, right, that are taking Ozempic or some like weight loss jabs, it helps them lose weight, but they're the exact same person. So when they stop taking the jabs, they gain the weight back, right? You keep yo-yoing, in shape, out of shape, in shape, out of shape. My clients and the ones that I know that have sustained it for like years and years and years now are the ones that come to me and they say, I've gone on holiday, I've enjoyed myself, I still got my steps in, I went for a hike, I went to the gym not because I had to, not enough to do a progress, it's because I wanted to. Or I ate healthy and I still enjoy myself, but I didn't see the need in having like 10 drinks. There's no need, I just had a couple glasses of wine. Those are people that have changed and they're doing it because they want to, not because they have to. Those are the people that get in shape, they lose the belly fat, they get lean, and they stay there forever. They literally stay there forever and they never have to keep going through this dieting cycle all the time. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. But the key thing you need to take away from this is it's not about the strategy. If the strategy you're doing is helping you lose weight, more often than not, it's the identity and how you view yourself and how that needs to change for you to get there and stay there long term. So hopefully this has been helpful. It was something that was on my mind, something that I chatted to with someone recently, and I thought I'd just hit record and kind of chat to you guys off the cuff about it. So if you've got any questions on this, I've actually got a free training, so it's something I create for my clients on this exact thing, but going into detail about the strategies you can use to help you become this new person. If you want that link, just drop it in the comments below, or head to my Instagram, message me Identity or something like that, and I'll send the YouTube link over to you for free.